Disclaimer! The following is a parody of CINEMASINS' Everything Wrong With series. If you're unfamiliar with their humor, I suggest you go watch their content first. The intent of this video is for comedy and entertainment purposes only. With this in mind, you should know that the feelings of the creator of this video towards the game in question will not be accurately reflected here. That being said, the creator has no intention of offending anybody involved with the game's creation, its franchise, the game itself, or the people who like the game. Without further ado, thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoy.
I should probably just start at the beginning.
No, Sly, by all means, start at the end. Also, narration.
The name's Sly. Sly Cooper. And I'm a thief.
Look, I know it's been 8 years since the last game came out, but I highly doubt people have forgotten what your life story is. Why would anyone start with the 4th game in the series? Who do you think you are, Resident Evil 4?
In the company of a certain lovely Interpol agent named Carmelita Fox. She and I had a history, which generally involved her trying to lock me up. So, I should mention our current situation was only possible because she thought I had amnesia. I didn't.
Yeah, no shit, we get it.
Bentley had been enjoying his time off too, building a new lab from scratch with his girlfriend and fellow tech whiz, Penelope.
Whoa. Penelope did not look like that in the last game.
Apparently, they just finished work on a top-secret project when Penelope had simply vanished.
Oh no, I wonder if she's a bad guy.
The Master Thief's Handbook passed down through the Cooper family for generations. Its pages overflowing with the exploits and secret techniques of my esteemed ancestors. Only now, those pages weren't so full. In fact, they were disappearing right before Bentley's eyes.
Didn't I already cover this game? Yeah, I even did the hot pepper challenge on it that nobody liked for some reason.
The first thing Bentley did was track down Murray, the third in our trio. Murray was our enforcer, the muscle, and the guy who'd eaten all the cookies we stole back in our orphanage days.
Wait, then which is it? The one we saw earlier or this one? It's the same angle.
Time travel. It turns out his top-secret project was constructing a time machine. And now, he modified the design to fit into Murray's van.
Something Back to the Future.
So here we were, about to steal a priceless 17th century samurai dagger from the same museum I'd been casing. Funny how things work out sometimes.
Funny's one way to put it. Stupid and overly convenient work, too. Wait, I thought we were playing Thieves in Time, not Museum Heist. I know that's not the title card, but the presentation was not ordered correctly. Ah, finally, Sly's upgraded from the Tiff to the Thief. Still not letting that one go, Sly 3.
Guess I'm a little out of practice.
Are you telling me you didn't do any of this during your time as constable? What, were they too busy teaching you how to have game?
What the?
You didn't really think you were gonna get away with it, did you, Ringtail?
Oh my god! Look, I love Grey Griffin, she's one of my favorite voice actresses, but did they really change Carmelita's voice again?
Before the heist, we'd recruited our disco-loving, scuba-diving friend...
why is Dimitri partying? With himself?
We needed to locate Ryuichi Cooper, Master Ninja, and Master Chef.
Oh, dude, I love that show. Oh, wait, you meant... Never mind.
Ryuichi Cooper was actually the inventor of sushi.
In reality, though, it was a dude named Hanaya Yohei, and I can officially say that a video game made me learn about the history of sushi. Never thought I'd say that. Sweet the Vapors reference, Thieves in Time.
Ha! You dare question me? Son, I've been a guard since you were just a squealing piglet. Wait until I tell the general about this. I hear he loves pork chops.
Whoa, that's really dark when you think about the connotations behind it.
Hey, Ryuichi Cooper. Are you okay?
You guards all seem to make very poor jokes.
Pretty convenient that Sly's Japanese ancestor happens to speak English.
Yeah, I didn't want to alarm you, but my full name is Sly Cooper. I'm your relative. From the future.
Are you sure you should be telling him that? Aren't you gonna cause a butterfly effect or something? Seriously, the future pretty much remains unchanged, save for the Thievius raccoons, but even that should be changing to be more updated.
It's been a long time since we went fishing, Bentley.
Fishing? In a universe with anthropomorphic animals? Isn't that kind of dark?
Okay, Ryuichi, the plan's simple. El Jefe only comes out of the castle to talk to Madame Geisha. If we want to know what he tells her, we're going to need her costume. The good news is, I discovered she's on vacation, and El Jefe doesn't know it yet.
How long has El Jefe been in this place that he's already familiar enough to a specific geisha, but not long enough to know that she'd be on vacation?
For a ninja, there is always a way.
Okay.
What exactly is it about that sentence that Bentley doesn't understand? Sure, Ryuichi talks in proverbs and shit, but that was pretty much a positive statement.
Okay, Murray, it looks like we're going to have to try out your disguise a bit earlier than expected.
What, did he fall in the kimono? And did Murray's face just happen to land in geisha makeup?
Konnichiwa! I am the most famous Madame Geisha. Please allow me to entertain you.
Are you telling me that none of these guards know what the famous Madame Geisha looks or sounds like? They have to be at least somewhat familiar since, I don't know, they were guarding her outfit, thus knowing she was on vacation? The power of boners is stronger, I guess. Huh. Fuck me, scene contains lap dance. Albeit by a cross-dressing hippo.
Nobody would guess the Palace Gate switch is actually under the bridge.
Why are you talking to yourself, dumbass? It's not weird, but that's just not the kind of thing you say out loud.
Konnichiwa, Jefe-san.
Greetings, Madame Geisha.
Oh, come the fuck on! We know for a fact that El Jefe has met Madame Geisha. What, does Murray actually sound like her too? Pretty certain that this game was rated E10. And just because Murray's a guy, that doesn't make that any less sexual.
Once we get that gate open, there's nothing stopping us from taking the palace and putting El Jefe in his place. Viva la revolucion!
Calm down, Fidel Bistro. Breaking the fourth wall. Seriously, what are the rules of this universe? Some animals are anthropomorphic, some aren't.
El Jefe. Isn't that Spanish for big baby?
It is not. Unless there's a comma between those two words, that's the completely incorrect syntax. Do you even Espanol, brah? Just take the damn thing! Why are you hesitating? Why did he even have that on him? You could have just left it on the blimp! The Cooper gang would have no leads!
His arrest was the handiwork of the local sheriff, who had celebrated by posting his own picture all over town. Talk about an ego.
Says the dude that has a gang named after his family that leaves his trademark every time he pulls off a heist.
But
Ass.
For the first time in my career, I was gonna have to let the law catch me.
Technically not true. You did let yourself get captured at the end of Sly 2, although not necessarily thrown in jail.
There's just one problem. They're holding Kid Cooper in the maximum security wing. To get yourself thrown in there, you're going to have to gain outlaw status. So you need to make sure you build a rep before they catch you.
Wouldn't it be both easier and quicker to beat up an officer, get thrown in prison, escape from his cell, and head over to the maximum security wing? Building up a reputation takes time, especially if you don't want to get caught right away. Plus, we don't even have a pattern. We defile a poster, steal some lollipops, and take down a banner. The only pattern is that all these so-called crimes are against Toothpick. Other than that, they could have just been all different criminals.
You mean like jaywalkers and litterbugs? Not gonna happen.
Well, around these parts, it's probably more like goat thieves and tobacco spitters.
Wait, spitting tobacco wasn't illegal. And now I can say, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I can officially say that a video game has made me learn about the history of sushi and tobacco spitting.
Hold your fires, boss! That there is the scribbly, lolly thieving outlaw I've been looking for!
What the hell accent is that? It's like Russian mixed with Portuguese mixed with Dutch.
Talk ain't worth spit, boy. Only one way to prove you're a Cooper. Bust us out of here.
Wait, if you're a Cooper, how come you haven't busted yourself out?
Naturally. Thanks, Bentley.
Son, who is it you keep talking to?
I have a thing in my ear that lets me talk to my friend. And now he's telling me you need to carry some of that TNT so we can blow the gate.
Sure. I got voices in my head telling me to blow things up too.
Wow,
They've been right
that is,
so far. Let's get to
that's
it.
pretty sad. Thieves in Time is way darker than I remember.
The guy was a real loose cannon. We'd have to watch our backs if we were gonna steal back the missing gold and restore Tennessee Kid Cooper's reputation as the greatest outlaw of the Old West.
So, you're actually helping out a criminal. Sure, you're stopping another criminal in the process, but Tennessee is robbing banks and shit from innocent people.
Woo! This big old door is gonna require my crack shot technique. First, I press and hold the R2 button to enter crack shot mode. Next, I can use the right stick to move the cursor and draw a bead on multiple targets. Then I just release the R2 button to blast them. I can only use crack shot when my Cooper focus is full.
Great, but who are you telling this to?
So I'll go in, undercover, and control the situation by introducing the patrons to my special home-brewed sarsaparilla.
That's not even how you spell sarsaparilla.
You'll need to enter through that window and make your way to the ventilation system. Meanwhile, I'll have the goons inside so sugared up, they'll be seeing double until they crash hard.
So, you can have what's the equivalent of a table dance from a cross-dressing hippopotamus, said hippopotamus getting slapped on the ass sexually by one of the bad guys, fucking actual guns, but having a few characters drinking alcohol? Nope, that's too much.
We's going to learn a new dog yank a rattlesnake's tail, lest you're looking to get bit.
What the fuck did you just say? Thank God for subtitles.
Once we get that loot back into present day, toothpick going to be worth millions.
What? What the fuck? He just died! From a gunshot! Oh, sure, but let the others have soft drinks, that'll lower the game's rating.
Inspector? You some kind of sheriff? How'd you get mixed up with Sly?
What, really? Sly's a thief.
Nice shooting, Carmelita.
Never thought I'd hear all those words in the same sentence.
How about less sweet talk and more action?
Had a girl say that to me once. I disappointed.
It's a long story, Bentley. Let's get moving and I'll tell you.
Why would Bentley make a sound when he jumps? He shouldn't be exerting any force, he's on a rocket-powered wheelchair.
I was stunned to see a huge stash of stolen treasure right there in the museum. And even more shocking, Cyril Le Paradox himself unloading them.
His last name's Le Paradox? Wow, you're not even trying.
The only bearable thing about this whole mess was that at least Cooper's ancestor was a gentleman.
He's also a criminal thief that robs banks, but, you know.
All right. Fighting out of the pink corner from parts unknown, weighing more than he should.
If anything, Murray's pretty thin for a hippo.
And in this corner, needing no real introduction, weighing in a little more every minute.
Well, shit, this isn't fair.
Speaking of which, the only way you're gonna move fast enough is to use that ball. You're gonna need to stay on it the whole race.
Not a problem, because you know...
Don't say it!
That's how I roll.
Ugh.
Well, what have we here? Little lady, I know you can't be here to shoot, because there ain't even no man around these parts can stand up to me.
That's sexist.
Okay, eyes front, everyone. The clock is ticking on this one, so we don't have time to monkey around.
That's racist?
Sly, we got a real problem.
I think I just took care of that, Bentley.
No, Sly, it's a train. It's headed for a broken bridge.
I'm guessing that wasn't part of the plan?
Sly, you have to get off that train. Jump to the van.
We interrupt Thieves in Time to bring you Back to the Future 3, almost literally scene for scene. Also, what would have happened if we didn't stop Toothpick? Wouldn't he have just crashed on the train?
Sorry, Murray. This has to work.
Hey, that's my necklace.
Here goes nothing.
And that was Sly Cooper, Thieves in Time. Can I go now?
I was slightly concerned when Bentley broke out the dinosaur repellent.
Why do you have dinosaur repellent? Contrary to popular belief, the Latin alphabet existed back in prehistoric times. This is apparently an Indian village called Dum.
1, 2, got a masterpiece for you!
Man, so much about this is racist.
I know. I heard when Joe messed up, the boss turned him into a coat for that Le Paradox guy.
Bipedal turtles? I'm used to it. Bipedal hippos? Sure. Bipedal mammoths? Just Why? Also, apparently names like Joe existed back in the Ice Age.
Sly, that's a prehistoric raccoon. I wonder if he could be...
My ancestor?
It's a distinct possibility.
Disgustingly improbable, but sure.
Not really my color, but I'll make it work.
Again, pretty dark when you think about it. These are sentient animals, animals that don't act upon instinct like real-life animals. And he's wearing the hollowed-out corpse of a fellow animal. I'm no pedo, but that's just creepy. Wait, but earlier we saw those two mammoths speaking English. Are they not from this time period?
Well, no, we've never met.
Excuse me? You can understand him? What, are you reading the subtitles?
His fame was short-lived, however, when people realized his art was really just bad.
So is most pop art, but hey, it's still around. We interrupt Thieves in time to bring you every 80s montage ever.
Your eyes? Put it on over your eyes. Yes, that thing will help you see great distances. And I'm not really inside, but I don't have time to explain.
I wish you did, because Bob clearly has a binoculum over his eyes, but on the screen it looks like he has a camera pointed at him. Like, what?
Funny. No, by picking some pockets. I can't tell which guards have them, though. There's another way.
How about using thermovision?
I think you're right. Wow, this is a first.
Wow, condescending much?
You shouldn't have any trouble finding him since he's tagged with the homing darts. Just follow the signal.
We probably didn't even need the darts. He's kinda hard to miss.
Right? Kinda makes the last mission where we tagged him with the darts kinda pointless.
Now let me tell you how it is.
Wait, that's a cell phone. Cell phones can't work without a radio tower. What, did they go through the trouble of setting that up?
I'm only talking to you because I have some information for Bentley. I've been tailing Grizz on my own, and I have the security codes and full schematics for his mountain base.
Oh, thank goodness you know exactly what we know, otherwise we'd be screwed.
With Bentley, Murray, and his ancestors, I had to admit a newfound respect. We aren't really so different. We both fight for justice. We just do it from opposite sides of the law.
Well, except for that one time he stole his file from Interpol. But yeah, other than that, he's pretty much a vigilante.
So once we get inside, I'll be able to target the egg vats and make sure they're scrambled. Just a little egg humor. Next.
Wow, that was actually a little awkward.
All I ever really wanted to do is skate. That's right.
Okay?
No, it ain't okay. You know why the Grizz love skating? It's clean, man. It's like just me and the ice. No complications, no hassles, no worries.
Then why the whole art thing? I mean, sure, ice skating is an art in its own right, but that plot point seems kind of out of left field, don't you think?
Thanks, guys. I guess this makes up for all my screw-ups lately.
What screw-ups? You mean the time you physically couldn't climb the wall of ice when you had someone just as capable on the team that you trained, by the way? Or the time when you fell off the platform saving said member of the team?
So, although we'd only uncovered this Ice Age scheme by accident, luck was definitely on our side.
Or, you know, plot convenience. Whichever.
To make matters worse, we still had no information about Penelope. Bentley wasn't letting it show, but I knew deep down, he was pretty worried.
Huh. You guys hadn't mentioned Penelope since the beginning of the game. I wonder if this episode featured Penelope at all.
Your bearings are grinding again. Sounds like you need some oil.
Tell me about it. I had to take the kids to the beach last weekend.
The kids? You're a f***ing robot. What, did Penelope make baby robots for the robots to take care of?
Man, this place smells like gas.
That's probably the guard, Sly.
Not that kind of gas. I mean fuel.
I think Bentley did too. They are robots, Sly.
You hear about Kramer?
No, what happened?
Poor guy managed to get his refigurator demagnetized.
Oh man, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah, I try to stay away from metal. That's not me, I mean.
Well, you're hanging out with this other robot, so...
You going to company picnic this year?
I don't know. It's always the same thing. I'm tired of playing carnival games at the circus.
What the hell? How long have these robots been around?
This doesn't look like any medieval cobblers I've seen.
Yeah, even women's shoe stores aren't this diabolical.
Haha, women in the shoes.
The circus. I could have been the greatest trapeze artist.
And yet you chose the lesser honest living.
Greetings, friend. But I require no rescue. I am merely biding my time until the proper strategic moment. Yes, that.
So, how long have you been biding your time?
Well, I suppose it has been about a fortnight.
A fortnight is 2 weeks. Still doesn't explain how the robots have been around for at least a year.
That's fine.
Let's just say those balloons have machines that are like eyes and ears that can detect things at great distance. And you are the only one who can reach them.
Well, I call Boosh on that one. Sly's cane should be able to do the same. In fact, in Sly 2, we actually did the wall hook move.
Well, if that's true, advanced geological theory indicates the only place this boat monster could hide is inside that cavern.
Forsooth! Perhaps also because it is the only cavern in the area?
Right. If this thing exists at all. It all sounds like superstitious nonsense.
Are you kidding me? You realize that in Sly 2 there were literal, not figurative ghosts, right?
Carmelita, what are you doing?
Relax, Ringtail. Just keeping tabs on the Dragon Slayer.
I don't recall you watching my back on any jobs.
Dude, literally the ending of all previous Sly games.
Gallop, no!
Wait, why would unplugging the moat monster cause it to turn on? What is it, a toaster?
Hurry up, Slowpoke.
Whatever, just don't lose him, Sly.
Bentley, he's going into the blacksmith shop. Should I follow him inside?
Now, I'll take it from here, Sly.
Then what the hell was the point of having Sly follow the Black Knight? You guys knew she'd be heading for the blacksmiths, why not just have Bentley follow her from the beginning?
And where is that stinking Paradox when I need his help? He owes me everything for stealing Bentley's time machine plans. Bentley? Oh, Penelope, what a little fool you were.
Oh no. My plans? That means I caused all this? Penelope! Oh, please, Penelope, be all right!
Really, Bentley? You couldn't put two and two together?
If only Bentley hadn't been brainwashed by Cooper's honorable thief nonsense.
Nonsense? You were a part of that, dumbass! In fact, you and Bentley kinda had a whole heart-to-heart about it, talking about Sly.
Poor Bentley. He's kinda cute when he's being dumb.
I think I'm going to be sick.
Yeah, Betrayal really sucks, don't it? In retrospect, though, you did know Penelope was a con leading a double life, thus tricking people to bypass the rules so she could host illegal dogfights and cheating to remain undefeated, so it's kind of baffling that you didn't see this coming.
He crawled into his shell and wouldn't come out. Nobody could blame him. Penelope may have betrayed our friendship.
How did... What?
All right, troops, listen up. As you all know, Bentley is still unavailable, but we've got to come up with a plan. So I'm calling this meeting for him.
Hey, Carmelita.
Quiet, Ringtail. We don't have time for your smart remarks. We've got to hit Penelope before she can finish whatever it is she's trying to finish.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going to ask.
Look, it's pretty simple. We need to get into that castle. We've got the explosives.
I was going to bring that up, too.
Not another word, Sly.
Your speech does nothing to lift our spirits, Sly.
Galeth, do you think we could plant your explosives on the bridge controls?
Zounds! This plan rings true!
Okay, everyone get ready to move out. After that bridge comes down, we'll have to get in there fast.
Sorry, I missed the part about what we do when we get inside.
We'll have to improvise.
Sounds good to me.
Basically, this whole chalk talk is Carmelita telling us stuff we already know we have to do, proceeding to tell us that after that we'll improvise. We've effectively learned nothing.
Do you have any idea what that suit was worth? It was one of a kind! You cost me too much already, Cooper. It's time to pay the fiddler.
Unless you mean Ernest Tubb's song from 1967, I think you mean it's time to pay the piper.
Why? For you, of course!
Why are Penelope's robot's hands following Penelope's hands? Does she have sensors on her gloves or something?
I'm not going to be one of the bad guys, Penelope.
Ha! bad guys. That's kind of funny, Bentley, seeing as how you work for a thief.
Right?
But when are you gonna wake up?
So you sold out to La Paradox for the money?
No, you're not listening. He's just a means to an end.
So, yes.
Hey, guys!
We could use some help over here.
Sounds like they need some help getting out of there. Know anyone that could swing that?
Well, I do know this one guy, but he's probably busy, so I guess I'll have to do it.
Would you two stop dicking around and save your friends already?
Well, we finally deciphered enough to realize it was my ancestor Salim al-Kupar who was in trouble now, which meant we needed to get to ancient Arabia on the double. This time, Carmelita provided the solution. Before La Paradox grabbed her back at the museum, she'd managed to pocket a gold coin as evidence.
Pretty sure the police don't just pocket evidence. Don't they use gloves and plastic bags so as to not compromise the evidence?
And our luck held, as it turned out the antique gold piece was exactly what we needed.
How convenient that the one item Carmelita pocketed was the item needed to go where you needed to go next.
As we prepared to leave, everyone was keeping an eye on Bentley. He downplayed his heroics and refused to acknowledge that he'd saved us all. I sensed a new confidence in him, which I guess had come from finally confronting his personal demons.
Hi, Clockwork, and bye, Clockwork. Seriously, you'd think that with the time travel motif, bringing back Clockwork would be logical, but this is the only time we ever see him directly. And while we're at it, why do Sly and the gang never team up with Sly's father? Again, it would make an awesome story and is logical.
We need to figure out where he's hiding and then find out why. To facilitate that, I've built you a new toy.
Cool. Is it a robotic turtle butler?
No.
Sly's never been this snarky before. What changed? His time in Interpol?
Her true love was classical music.
What kind of asshole throws tomatoes at children? Sure, her planks suck, but so do most children's.
Apparently Salim lost a small fortune betting on the camels a while back and had to pawn his thief outfit. Sly, if we can buy that outfit back for Salim, I'm sure we could gain his trust. The shopkeeper is a security freak, a real head case. His place is a fortress and he never leaves. All business is conducted through a slot in the door. I think this is one time we're going to have to play it straight and pay the man what he wants.
I don't know why, but I find that hard to believe. Beating up thugs has always worked out before. I doubt he has any sort of technology to stop you from breaking in. Wait, wasn't Sly already a Time Lord?
Try using the outfit to impersonate the delivery boy. If they buy it, we'll know where the thieves are being kept.
Excellent idea, Bentley. And just to ensure it's foolproof, I'm gonna use my...
No, Sly, don't say it!
Italian accent!
Why would you use your Italian accent in Arabia? Why not use an Arabian accent? Because that would be racist?
Wait, this room doesn't match my blueprints? It must have been renovated recently. Give me a minute to figure this out.
Oh, by Aladdin's beard.
Aladdin had a beard? I'm fairly certain no incarnation of Aladdin has ever had a beard.
Your friend is in a kind of hypnotic trance. The strange sonic frequency modulations emitted by that device are causing it.
Speaking of strange sonic frequency, this game stars an anthropomorphic animal that has a book with words being literally erased that goes to another world that happens to be Arabia. I swear, Thieves in Time and Secret Ring started out as the same goddamn script.
Okay, Murray, the thief known as the Tiger is being held inside that taxi shop.
The first time the concept of a taxicab was even seen was technically in 1897, almost a millennium after when this is taking place. Seriously, the amount of history of random shit I've had to look up just because of this game is ridiculous.
This is gonna be easier than taking pizza from a baby.
I think you mean candy, buddy?
I mean, there's no reason you should be giving pizza to a baby anyway, so theoretically it would be easier.
Sly, I don't think I can get over this wall.
Boosh, you can hop right over that opening!
Okay, Salim, I need you to plant that bug in Miss Decibel's office.
Bentley? Why don't you just do it yourself? I'm pretty sure the bug doesn't need to be placed carefully, and you can reach the places you need to put the transmitters in with your wheelchair arms. There's pretty much no reason Salim needs to be here.
And I'm about to give her a dose of something she can't stand. Good old rock and roll.
Considering how close Bentley and Salim are to Miss Decibel, and the fact that the room has an echo, I'm surprised she can't hear them. They don't really have the softest voices.
Great work! She'll never guess there's a bug in that statue of her boyfriend.
Why not put the bug under her desk where she can't see it instead of on her desk with the really obvious look at me stupid red light?
We need a diversion for the guards, so I've taken the liberty of fashioning an outfit for Carmelita.
In addition to being an amazing tech genius, Bentley is also apparently a fashionista.
To lure the guards away from their posts by, performing a belly dance.
Is scene going to contain a legit furry lap dance? Cause I'm okay with that, and I am not okay with that.
I'm sorry I didn't ask, Carmelita, but you're the only one who can pull this off.
Bentley, I could do it.
I am not getting into that outfit.
I realize it's a bit revealing, but think of it as going undercover.
Bentley?
I'm positive the Murray could squeeze into that thing.
Hey, Carmelita, you should model that outfit for us to make sure it fits.
Shut up, Ringtail. I'm only doing this for the team.
Listen, silk is very elastic.
Man, Murray's really intent on cross-dressing again. Is there something you're not telling us, Murray?
But I don't understand. I thought you were after him.
You're right. You don't understand. I don't care about that old bag of bones, just his cane. Which, as you can see, I already have.
Wait, what? But in an earlier cutscene, that same cane was silver.
You little flea bag!
What the fuck, is she a bionic elephant? Her legs should have collapsed with that great a fall.
After his release, the Paradox maintained the appearance of a law-abiding citizen. In reality, he used his prison contacts to form his own syndicate and began masterminding heists worldwide.
Wow, that's so close to reality it's actually sad.
Murray, I need you to get the van ready. We're gonna need backup for this one. So first, you and I are going on a little recruiting trip.
You're gonna bring the ancestor to the present day? Wouldn't that vastly change the flow of time? More than you already should have? Who changed Carmelita back into her normal outfit? She was captured with her belly dancer outfit on.
Great! Wait, Ryuichi, I'm picking up an energy field shift centered on you.
Yes, I sense it is my time to go. It has been an honor meeting all of you. Sayonara.
It's working! The temporal abnormality is correcting itself!
Wait, why? Just because we're getting the canes back? Why didn't Ryuichi go back to his time as soon as we got his cane?
Gallup, we need your skills to get Tennessee's cane.
Verily shall it be in thine command, hence and forthwith.
You talk funnier than a two-headed jackalope, but thanks, amigo.
I know that's the joke, but said the pot to the kettle.
Why'd you do it, Le Paradox? Why the ancestors? Why not just come after me? What's the deal?
The deal? The deal is you, Coopers. You destroyed my father, and you almost got me. But not quite. And when I rebuilt myself, I swore I would erase the Cooper name from history completely.
Then why not just go after Bob? As a baby. He was the first Cooper. I'm just saying, if I had been Le Paradox, I would have won.
Please! Help me!
Why should I?
I do not wish to die!
I guess you won't be doing any harm from a
Backstabbing in 3, 2, 1. Called it!
The skunk could barely tread water. So by the time they picked him up, he was happy to see them.
I'm fairly certain that Le Paradox can slide his hands out of those cuffs. I'm also fairly certain that he can slide through those bars.
As for myself, I continue to search. Even using all my technology, I haven't found a clue. The time machine is no help since we need to know where Sly was for that to work.
You know where he was, dumbass, on the f***ing blimp!
El Jefe remains behind bars. He was transferred to a South American prison, where he now works rolling cigars. Unfortunately for him, there's no smoking allowed.
No smoking. In prison. Right.
Toothpick was arrested and became part of a chain gang working on the railroads. He eventually went deaf and faded into obscurity.
He went deaf? Fuck, that's just sad.
After being locked up, Miss Decibel decided to make some changes. She had the horn removed from her trunk, enrolled in anger management classes, and began teaching music to other prisoners. With continued good behavior, she might get an early parole.
Well, good for her, but why would anyone think she was qualified to teach music? It's been 4 years and we still don't have the movie. Where's Sly 5, damn it?
Konnichiwa!
Hey guys, Chari5 here. Thanks so much for watching my CINEMASINS parody of everything wrong with Sly Cooper, Thieves in Time. As soon as I uploaded Sly 3, you guys couldn't stop asking for Sly 4. It's never good enough for you. You guys should head on over to CINEMASINS, the awesome people that I parody. They also host sister channels that cover music videos, brands, and other topics. If you have some time, why not check out everything wrong with Sly 3? Until next time, stay safe and stay awesome. This is Chari5, signing off. Huh. Fuck me. Just that. Had a girl say that to me once. I disappointed. We interrupt Thieves in Time to bring you Back to the Future 2. 3, not 2. 2 was when they actually went to the future. We interrupt Thieves in Time to bring you Back to the Future 3. To bring you Back to the Future 3. That's such a weird sentence, actually. Contrary to popular belief, the Latin American alphabet, you know, is different from the Latin alphabet. Contrary to popular belief, the Latin alphabet existed back in prehistoric times. This is apparently an Indian village called Dum. I forgot about that. We interrupt Thieves in Time to bring you every 80s montage ever. What screw-ups? You mean the time you physically couldn't climb the wall of ice when you had someone just as capable on the... Capable blah 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 blah? How convenient that the one item Carmelita pocketed was the item needed to go where you needed to go next. That is a weird sentence. It's been 4 years and we still don't have the movie. Where's Sly 3? Sly 3?